Hello, everybody. Today is July 30th, 2024. It's been almost a week since my last video. I was on vacation, so obviously I wasn't uh, willing, I guess, to make videos while I was on vacation. Anyways, I have 12 names today, and let's start with it. So this is not financial advice. Make your own decisions before investing, and do your own due diligence before making any financial decisions or investment decisions. This is just for educational purposes. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's start with AMD. We did have earnings today, and they actually they didn't beat by much, and the papers actually don't support this kind of run, but the market is liking it. So what we're seeing here is a rebound on the I guess 134 level, and we're now reaching the 150. So after hours we had a pretty decent move on AMD. You cannot see it on the 1-day chart, but let me clean this up. But what we can all see here is that now we have this level of resistance at 150. We are gonna see a gap tomorrow after the bell, and or after opening, I'm sorry, and then we will see what is the behavior of this. We still have a lot of earnings coming up, so I wouldn't be too, I guess, I don't know, I wouldn't rush to put in any positions. I don't think I'm gonna get on AMD anytime soon. I just want to see earnings pass by. Tomorrow we have also Powell is there's the Fed interest rate decision tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a lot of news and catalysts that still have to come for me to actually make any decisions. I just wanted to mention AMD because earnings were today and had a pretty nice move. We're up almost 7.5%, which is pretty. Let's go to the 5-minute, which is pretty impressive, I would say. But we'll see. We'll see what's the behavior of the stock tomorrow. Again, I am not too crazy about making any decisions, at least until next week. I did sell all the contracts that I had before I went on vacation. I got some contracts for Oracle. I had puts on Oracle. They worked out. I think I'll mention Oracle later. But anyways, that is what I have for AMD. I just wanted to mention the earnings. We're up almost 7.5%. We're at 7.3 right now. And you have this resistance level right here. Just keep an eye on 150, 151. And then if we continue that move tomorrow, you might see a move towards 161. We'll see. There's going to be a gap tomorrow. There's going to be low liquidity in this area. It's going to get interesting. So that's all I have for AMD. And now what I'm going to go is, sorry, I was making a little note. Amazon. So Amazon is having earnings in a couple of days, on Thursday. That is going to be interesting. It's been bouncing on this support level at 181, and then you're also between the support and the 35 SMA. That is going to be interesting. I don't see much on the MACD and the TSI. If anything, there's more room to continue going down. But you have earnings. If they beat or if they have some good guidance, you're going to see this moving back up towards 190, and if earnings are really good, then you have a continuation going towards 200 and all-time highs. So again, not much expectations until earnings pass, probably until the end of the week or next week. And I don't like to trade earnings. I don't think it's I think it's too risky, and it's a shot in the dark with if you're lucky, you're gonna make pretty decent money, but if you're not, you're also gonna lose a lot of money, or your contracts are gonna expire, or not expire, but they're gonna die, and you're gonna lose money. Anyways, that's what I have for Amazon. I just keep an eye on these levels, but again, you just have to be patient, and I personally gonna wait until Friday or so to see how this actually moves. But today after hours we had a decline on Amazon. which was pretty interesting, and that affected other names as well. But I'm not sure if there's going to be a continuation or not. The only thing I have right now is this level right here and earnings coming. So it is a little bit uncertain to, in my opinion, to decide to make any positions here. Now the next name that I have is ANF, and this is actually something that I wanted to mention because it actually played out the way I wanted to play. Earnings are not coming anytime soon until almost the end of August. So this is something that I was keeping an eye on. And unfortunately, I didn't take any positions here. And then I wasn't around last week. So, but what I was saying on videos and in X as well, I think I mentioned this back in July the 13th. So somewhere in this area right here. So my alert was right here. And then what I was saying is like you have a triple top basically on this range. If you go under this support level at 167, then you're going to continue going down. Keep an eye on the SMA 35, which actually happened. You bounce on this, and then you had this retest. So I had two theses here. One, that you were going to continue going down, which is this arrow right here. And the second one was a retest, which didn't retest exactly what I was saying, where I was pointing, but it doesn't really matter. Then you have this retest here. And then you went under the 35 SMA and a continuation to the downside. I do believe that you still have more room. Now you keep an eye on the RSI and these two indicators, the MACD and the TSI. And I think you can still find some positions. Let's put a level right here. Because you have something interesting here. So yeah, keep an eye at 140, but I think you definitely have more room to go to at least 140. There is low liquidity here, and the MACD and the TSI are not too extended to the downside. So this actually played out very nicely. Again, I didn't have a position on this, but my alert was right here on July the 13th. So you were Monday, or actually on Saturday or Sunday. I did, yeah, on Saturday actually. So I did mention this in one of my Saturday videos, and it played out. I'm very happy with how it went. You had a couple of days to a rebound, and then breaking down the 35 SMA, and you continue going down. That was pretty nice. That's what I have for ANF. Now let's go to Celsius. So on Celsius, one of the things that I've been talking about Celsius since May, end of May. Here we are. I was saying this is gonna, you have a double top here, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it went down under the 35 SMA, under the 200 EMA. Now you're down under 50. You're what? 46. I think what I'm personally doing is just keeping an eye on Celsius. The reason why I continue mentioning Celsius is because this move at one point is going to lose momentum and it's going to move to the upside. Now, we don't know how strong that move is going to be or not. I don't consider that the move is going to be just like this. I don't think it's going to be a V shape right here, but we might see some opportunities to the upside. Do I see them coming anytime soon? Not really. I think there's a lot of selling sentiment right here. You have this crash right here on these indicators as well. There might be still a continuation to the downside. One thing that might end up happening is bouncing on this resistance level and then at one point continue going down. So I do believe there is more room for Celsius to continue going down. Wait a second. And then you can actually, let's put this level right here. Look at all the levels that I was putting on this name. But anyways, I think there's still continuation to the downside. You might see a little bit of range here and then more of a sell-off. Another thing, I think it's important to take a look at earnings and what is going to happen in earnings. I'm not sure the numbers or how good or bad Celsius is doing, but definitely had a lot of bad press, and that's why you saw this decline. Anyways, so expect a consolidation right here. That's what I think is going to happen. And then earnings is going to be a make or break. Either way, it's going to be a gap to the upside or the downside. that's going to make things even more interesting. We'll see the numbers. We'll see what happens. If this goes up, then it might actually rally a little bit. But yeah, keep an eye on Celsius. I still like Celsius to the upside, but not yet. Just wait for earnings. Earnings are in a couple of, actually next week, I think. Yeah, next week on the 8th. Anyways, that's what I have for Celsius. Now I'm gonna move on to ENPH. So ENPH was moving interestingly here. You had this, I mentioned ENPH on this area right here. I think it was on Wednesday or so. But let me see my notes really quick. No, I don't have it there. But I was mentioning ENPH somewhere around here, and the reason why is because I like to see these kind of moves on the MACD and the TSI, and every time I see that, I definitely make a note on it. Anyways, you had this pretty nice move here, and then kind of actually cover this gap right here, and then you didn't actually get to the resistance level at 122, but then you went down, went under the 35 SMA, and now you are back up to the 122 level, and now you're on your way back. I'm not sure if we are going to continue this range, but it is quite impressive to see the reactions that we had in ENPH and how, in my opinion, difficult to trade this gets, especially the way I like to trade. I normally get very paranoid, so when I see these kind of candles, I just get out. So anyways, keep an eye on the 106 support and see if there is actually a bounce. It looks like there is momentum right now to the downside, but again, this is the level that you want to keep an eye on, which is a 106, and see if there is a retest of the level. And if it is, then your next resistance level would be the 35 SMA. That's what I have for ENPH right now. I don't see any clear direction on this name. It's been pretty choppy. So I'm not finding direction on ENPH. It's fun to trade. I did day trade this name a few times about 3 weeks ago, I believe, and it wasn't that hard to do day trading on this, but you know, swinging could be a little more challenging, especially for my way of trading. But anyways, this is your support, 106, and then your resistance level. Consider the SMA 35 resistance level for ENPH. All right, so what other name do I have? Let's go to Robinhood. So Robinhood, I have, you are basically breaking the 35 SMA. The MACD and the TSI are telling you that you're going to continue going towards 19. I think there is definitely opportunity here to the downside. You have earnings coming up next week on the 7th, but there is definitely a possible continuation towards the support level at 1917 or 19. There's where I would put my target. I might actually take a little position. Actually, no, I don't see the setup that I like. The position was last week and I wasn't around. But anyways, the position was somewhere around here. You know, when you were breaking this support level, going down, and you have the MACD and the TSI also telling you the same story. But anyways, I think there is if you're more of a risky trader, there's definitely, I do believe there's definitely a continuation towards 19 in this particular move. You're already under the SMA 35. Yeah, I don't care much about after hours, but anyways, you definitely have more room to the downside for Hood. Now there's another name that I want to mention is HPE, which is one of the names that I was calling back in the beginning of June, and somewhere in this area, I think on Friday or something, I don't know, Thursday, the 13th, or anyways, I was saying that this was already looking overextended. We were somewhere around here. Well, you had a couple of more green days, or well, days that actually pushed the price. You went all the way up to 2280, and then you went down to support, and then you range here a little bit, and then you're going down again. You're starting to actually feel this gap. So back in June, what I was saying, well, we're overextended. It was probably a good idea to buy some puts, which I did. I did buy puts, and now we're all the way down here. So I bought, I believe they were September puts. I'm already out. Again, I don't have any positions now. I sold everything today. But yeah, this continues to go down. There's a good possibility that we are gonna meet the 200 EMA if we break the support level right here, which is at 1880, give or take. So that is your support level right now. I think this is going to continue. The MACD and the TSI are not extended. They still have momentum to go down. The RSI is not even close. Well, it's getting close to the 30, but I still think that you have more room to continue going down. This setup was, again, for me and the way I like to trade, was a little bit stressful because, well, I think I got some positions somewhere around here. I was already calling it here. I got positions somewhere around here. And then, you know, it went up, it went down. This to me, for me, is a little bit stressful. And then it took a little bit of time for this to actually start developing. And so then I end up selling. Today I end up selling all my positions. So I was happy with how this ended. But again, I wish it was less choppy. But again, anyways, I called it here. I executed some puts somewhere around in one of these candles, and then I end up selling around here. So that worked out. Anyways, this was back in June the 13th when I put alert on X, and now we're here. Do I think we can continue going down? For sure. If you break this support level, 1880, you're probably going to meet the 200 EMA. That's what I have for HPE. Now let's go down to this name that I was ranting about, I think, last week. And we have MBLY, and where is it? I thought I already clicked. Okay. The reason why I was ranting about this, I think, is because there were a couple of traders on X that I respect, and they have a huge following, that were saying, you know, this name is going to go to the moon. And just to start with, I hate that language. But anyways, and it looked like it because you had this move right here, and then it went down to this trend line, which everybody had the same trend line, and then kind of like retest, and then you had a couple of green days, and then look what happened. So it couldn't break that 35 SMA, and it totally collapsed. I don't know if there were news or not, or this was just a sell-off prior to earnings. I have no idea what the earnings are going to be. I guess my point to this was to mention the fact that there is a lot of people that are very loose on their calls for their positions, and trying to convince their followers that, well, this is, you know, especially when you say this is going to go to the moon, blah, 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 and you really don't have a lot of, I guess, proof or enough due diligence to actually have that type of predictions, and then you actually see what happens here. So I'm not a fan of this name. I don't think I ever had a position in it. The only reason I have it on my watch list is because everybody was talking about it somewhere in this area right here in the beginning of June, and then this is what happened. You know, a lot of people, and you know, and the worst part of this is, and these two people have subscriptions on X, so they charge about $10 a month to give you this kind of alerts, and then if you actually get a position and get in blindly, this is what is going to happen. You know, it's actually 2% down after hours, so a total of 6% for the day. That's bad. Anyways, that's the only reason why I'm mentioning this disaster. Let's take a look. I was taking a look at NQ. Where is NQ? Here. So NQ. Mentioning IQ, you have this level right here at 18,700. That is a level you want to see. If you break this level, there is going to be some fireworks to the downside. But so far, let's go to a lower time frame. It actually bounced from this level pretty nicely. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see after the Fed makes a decision or not, the interest rate decision. We'll see what we get after this. But this is a level you want to keep an eye on. To break this level, you know, I think it's okay to start buying puts for some names that you might think might continue going down. But we had a nice cool down from the almost 2,100 or 21,000 down to 19,000, 19,000 pretty much. So anyways, this is your support level right here, 18,700. Keep an eye on this every time when you trade. If you're trading any Nasdaq name or whatnot, just keep an eye on this chart, and might give you a little bit of an insight about direction and whatnot. But yeah, this is what I have for NQ. Next, I do have. So I mentioned AMD, and now I'm gonna mention NVDA, which I don't trade NVDA very often. But let's talk about it for a second. So in NVIDIA, I have this. I think I mentioned NVIDIA a couple of Mondays ago or so. No, a couple of weekends ago. And what I was saying was, and it was somewhere around here. It was the mid-June or so. I was talking about this double top right here. But again, one of the things with NVIDIA is that it has a lot of still had momentum. So I didn't want to really talk about with certainty that it was going to continue going down. But actually it did, as you can all see. Now you're under the 35 SMA. You're about to fill this gap. Now, NVIDIA had earnings today, and NVIDIA went up 3%, I believe, or is it almost 4%, which is good. So now you're at 107. It closed at 103.73, and now you are at 107.55. That might actually bring some momentum. We'll see what is the reaction on the 35 SMA, but I think you might have a little bit of a move towards resistance at 117, and then we'll see after that. But it looks that at least for now, you might see a little bit of a range here. I don't think it's going to continue unless for the next few days continue going down towards this gap. I think it's going to have a move towards resistance first, or maybe try to claim the 35 SMA. Anyways, I like the fact that NVIDIA took this dive because it's going to give opportunity to the upside. There's a lot of names that are pretty red, and they're losing a lot of or they already lost the momentum that they had on the upside. And the great thing about that is that it gives you opportunities to continue to actually get back in. I like to trade to the upside more than the downside, but so for that reason, I'm also waiting after the whole earnings situation passes. Maybe this week and next week, I'm gonna take it easy, and then I start making positions after I see more clarity on the charts. That's what I have for NVIDIA. Now I'm gonna do Oracle. I did have Oracle puts, and the reason was this was pretty similar to ANF. Had this triple top. It actually bounced here, kind of like retest this, and then it totally lost it. I sold my positions today, and again, the reason why was because first off, I was almost at 50%. So I normally take profits at 50%. I don't care. So I was at 48%. So I sold over there, and I probably could have gotten a little bit more, considering the price that we have now after hours. So right now we're right at this level where the gap is. So tomorrow we're probably gonna open somewhere around here. So this actually worked out very, very nicely. I also got, and I do still have this position, I did short with stocks, Oracle, I forgot. So I do still have that position which I'm probably going to sell within the next few days. We'll see how what is the reaction on the 35 SMA. But I really like the reaction that we had here. It basically played out the way that I was thinking. I wasn't anticipating this move. When I bought my puts, these were September puts. I think I bought them in one of these candles. I think it was on this candle right here. So the following trading days, yeah, it was on a Monday. The following trading days, again, for the way I like to trade, I was completely doubting my position, but I didn't sell because what I thought was like we might get to this range all the way up to resistance and then go down again. So having but that didn't happen. We went almost to that point, but we didn't. And then it went down, hit support, bounced there a couple of days, and today it went completely down. And again, we are after market, which to me doesn't mean much, but it had a quite pretty nice momentum in the beginning. Anyways, let's go back to the 1 day. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna open tomorrow close to this gap, and the continuation of this is it's pretty obvious in my opinion. We'll see what happens on the 35 SMA, but that is what I'm very happy with this position. Again, I was a little bit concerned in this these 2 day trades, but one of the reasons I also didn't sell was because they were September puts, so I still had some time to make decisions or maybe add, which I didn't. But anyways, this worked out. I think there's going to be a continuation to the downside. There is no liquidity or very little liquidity here, so earnings are not coming anytime soon. They're not coming until September, so we're good on that. I like Oracle, and yeah, my short position is I think it's going to pay off. Anyways, that's what I have for Oracle. And the last name that I have, let's go all the way down. Let me see something real quick. Okay, it looks like Starbucks did pretty well on earnings. I'm looking for if I knew my ABCs. Okay, Uber. So Uber is, now I want to know why I picked Uber. There's a couple of things. I think there's a reason why I picked Uber, but we're under the 200 EMA. Now we are breaking the support level at 62 or 63. Let me see, 63.40. And after hours, 62.90, 63. Anyways, I think there's a continuation Uber to the downside. I was talking about Uber back in, I think it was somewhere in this area right here. No, never mind. I think it was somewhere actually closer, May or April. Anyways, there is a good opportunity here until earnings to continue going down. I don't see any levels other than this. Let's put something here. Here we are. But again, keep an eye on this support level. We might continue going down. You're under the 200 EMA. Lyft, again, these two names don't move in parallel, but let's go. Where is Lyft? Had a pretty bad time lately, you know, and I think Uber is not doing any better, even though Uber has a little bit more of a more market that Lyft. Where is Uber? Here we are. Anyways, I do think there is still a continuation to the downside. Keep an eye on 57. If earnings suck, this is definitely gonna tank. Don't have a lot of information about Uber, but my thinking here is like you are under this support level right here at 63.40, 53, 63.50, and now you're also under the 200 EMA. You don't have a lot of liquidity here, so there might be a continuation, at least for now, into earnings. You still have pretty much half of a week, no, actually a whole week of trading, 4 days of trading until we get to earnings. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. So I was a little bit scattered, but I just came back. I just landed, and I just wanted to make a video really quick, and that's all I have. Anyways, another video tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.